I want to welcome you to this n8n program, course, whatever you want to call it. Now, at the end of this several lessons, you're going to learn how to automate almost anything. In today's world, I probably don't need to tell you how important it is to learn how to automate things. And you might already know how to automate. Maybe you're willing to write code, or you think code is the only way to automate. Well, I'm here to let you know that there are a lot of problems that is probably easier to solve by just automating. Say, for example, someone sends you an email and you want a bunch of things to happen based on that email. That's what automation is. But before I go deep into that, talking about all the things you would get, because a lot of benefit involved, the best place for us to understand what automation is, or at least what n8n specifically is and what it does, is by taking a look at an app called Zapier, which you might already be familiar with. Let's jump into it. I'm on Zapier, and almost immediately tell you that today is a great day to automate, and they start talking about a lot of things you can automate, from social posts to project to sales outreach. In fact, they say don't let developers do the work for you anymore. They said don't have developers use Zapier to automate and do a lot and get a lot of work done. Now, there are a lot of things that Zapier can do, and they do a great job of talking about all the things you can do with Zapier. And if you come to their homepage, zapier.com, you will find all the ways you can pretty much connect one thing to the other, and you can build very powerful automation. And you can kind of see it right here. Now, you might say, this is not a course about Zapier. Why am I showing you Zapier? Zapier has one big problem. In fact, the reason I recommend we learn n8n. It's not a problem, to be sure, but it might be a problem for some. If I go to the pricing of Zapier, they have a free plan, and that free plan gets expensive very, very quickly. And while I'm saying so, it's very free, but what can you do? You can use it for a bunch of things. What they don't tell you is that a lot of the powerful things you can actually do, you have to pay for it. And that becomes a problem, because all the advanced things that you probably can want to do, maybe to make money from, either you're doing it for yourself, or as I'll be sharing this program, to help to do it for others, so you can be freelancing by automating for other people. And there are a lot of use cases that as we're going through this program, I'll be sharing a lot of them along the way. In fact, some of them I'll be building, and I'll be inviting you to build, share with me, so I can give you feedback on what you have done. Well, if you don't have $19, $20 to pay every month, Zapier kind of becomes useless for you to use to build a business on top of. Well, as great as Zapier is, we kind of have to think about a different route, and that is where n8n comes in. n8n, they call themselves an AI native workflow automation. We're not going to care too much about AI native stuff. Everyone is AI native these days. What we are going to care about is we're going to go to the pricing for n8n. And you might see here, oh, whoa, this is about the same price as Zapier. However, there is a small thing they don't tell you, is that Zapier actually has a free version that you can host on your own computer yourself. And that is the beauty of n8n. And actually doesn't stop there. I find that n8n, it's a lot more powerful, especially they give you the power to do a lot of things you'll have been doing with code, and you'll be able to do it without code. And it's very, very, I would say it's a little bit more user-friendly than Zapier, and I would say a little bit more customizable. And if you notice from their homepage, the small downside might be that you need to be a bit more technical. But don't worry, if you're not technical, part of this program, of course, is to walk you through step by step on how to set up n8n, save you from paying all that big cost for Zapier, and almost everything you will be doing with something like Zapier, you'll be able to do it in things like n8n. Often you will see, and what does it look like? Eventually we're building things like this, and this is kind of an n8n workflow where you're taking a content from some place and you're using AI, OpenAI, to write the content, and you are pushing that content to somebody like Dropbox, and in this case you can actually send us an email. You might be able to deliver this for content if you're a content manager, or you want to go into marketing, or maybe you just want to get a few things off your plate. You will learn all that is possible with something like n8n, and of course I'll be sharing use cases of how I use it in my own business and a bunch of things that we use it for, where when you are done you will be able to do very, very powerful things. And either is thinking about using AI to build AI agents, or building your own bots, or thinking about things that you'll be surprised that, hey, can I really do this with code? Or if you're a technical person, if you like writing code, well, there's nothing stopping you. With n8n, you can use some no code, and if you will, you can jump into writing code. And after this, you will have the possibility to, without writing a single line of code, build automation to over 400 tools. And even they don't have it here, if they have an API, you don't know what an API is? Don't worry, you will. Even if they don't, you almost can automate it. And that is part of what we are going to be working through in the rest of these lessons. I look forward to our journey together. And like as always, I look forward to seeing the great work and what you're going to build. We'll chat soon.